Greetings, students, and welcome to the second presentation of the module Strategies to Support Learners with Diverse Needs. The module code is INC4804. My name is Mkhuma, one of your lecturers. And we also have Dr. Nathan Ferreira, who is our secondary lecturer. Unfortunately, he is attending another meeting and he will not be able to join us today. The outline of the presentation today is as follows. I will talk about the study material for the module, the learning outcomes and assessment criteria, assignment 1 and feedback, the due date and approach to assignment 2, using UNISA library, students with disabilities, as well as announcements. Students, I have realized that there are numerous students who are confusing the study guide as if it represents the entire content of the module. That is not true. The study guide is only part of the official study material. The study material comprises of tutorial letter 101. This is where you should start reading. The study guide, there are e-reserves. E-reserves is just a word that we use for electronic resources that you get from the UNISA library. You must log in on My UNISA, search for library, and then look for e-reserves. They are there waiting for you. Once you are there, you download them, and then you can read. There is also recommended books. Recommended books does not mean that you should purchase them. You can find them, you can order them, but that is not compulsory. What is compulsory is that you should have the study guide, tutorial letter 101, and e-reserves. You can also, as a postgraduate student, find additional reading to add to the prescribed reading. Now, I have also noticed that some of you are busy working on the activities in the study guide. That is not wrong, but I want to caution you that none of the activities that are in the study guide should be submitted as assignment. There was even one student who was trying to check how to complete an assignment from the study guide. Then I was shocked because there are no assignments in the study guide. The traditional view of the study guide as the only study material does not apply here. The study guide has got some sections that we will use and other sections that we will not use. You will remember, or if you read, you will notice that it was designed in 2019. And some of the developments in the field of inclusive education have changed. But unfortunately, we cannot just immediately change the content of the study guide. So it will remain there, but we are relying more on the articles that you download from the e-reserves of the module. The module, just like all other modules, has got learning outcomes. Please read them, because this is where the official content of the module is found. You read the learning outcomes at the beginning of your tutorial letter 101, as well as the assessment criteria. This will tell you about the competencies that you're expecting from you when you complete this module. And therefore, all the assessments that you will write this year are based on the specific assessment criteria and not on the study guide. Having said that, I want to emphasize that the study guide should not be discarded. You still use them because there are sections where you will find answers, but in some of the sections, there are no questions that we have asked that will require you to use the information from the study guide. It is still not irrelevant. It is your official study guide, but we have more information on air reserves than in the study guide. In terms of assignment 1, let me remind you, students, that the closing date has been extended to the 28th of April. And please remember that there will be no further extension after the 28th of April 2023. Once the system is closed, you will not be able to submit. It is therefore imperative that you submit on time. If you don't submit assignment 1, you will be unable to replace it with any of the assignment. So that will mean that you'll go to the final or end of the year examination or assessment with 3 assessments instead of 4. You will also notice that the questions for assignment 1 have been drawn from various assessment criteria. This was done because it is the first assignment and we wanted to introduce you to various aspects of the module. As much as you have that study guide, you will notice that there are questions that will require you to read articles that are prescribed. In each question, we have tried to add some instruction that will tell you where to find information, in which article will you find information. Not just any article, but the articles that are prescribed and that are there on ear reserves. The last comment about assignment 1 is that once the system has closed, then we will be able to upload feedback for assignment 1 in the additional resources on my UNISA. So I will send an announcement and inform you that check additional resources on my UNISA. There is feedback for assignment 1. And feedback is not answers, but feedback is the discussion that informs you about what we expected you to do in assignment 1, and which were some of the difficulties that we noticed when we were looking at assignment 1. Lastly, I wish to plead with you students to avoid purchasing answers. I'm not saying you are purchasing answers, but there are rumors that there are people that are selling answers. Please protect the dignity of your qualification and never sell or purchase answers from anybody else. Whether that person calls himself as a UNISA ambassador or something else, but never purchase anything related to answers from anyone. As UNISA, we will not sell answers to our students or ask our students for money. Let's now proceed to assignment 2. We'll speak about the due date and the submission. Now, you'll remember that assignment 1 was just a multiple choice questions, and I think those who have submitted have not been tempted to guess, because the questions in assignment 1 require you to give us specific information. Now, assignment 2 is a written assignment. It comprises discussion questions, which means that you will write and discuss in assignment 2. The weight is also 25% of the entire assessment, just like assignment 1. The due date is the 13th of June 2023. Again, I wish to emphasize that please do not wait until the last date of the submission, because there is a possibility of the system overload, which creates congestion, and you may not be able to submit. So please submit at least a day before the due date so that you avoid the possible congestion. Or currently we also have load shedding, so we don't want stories about load shedding. Just submit on time. Do your assignment 2 and submit on time. As a discussion assignment, you will be expected to read all the prescribed material for this assignment. I will tell you about the prescribed material later during this presentation. But when you write assignment 2, please avoid sharing your assignment or asking people to write for you. This is plagiarism. It constitutes academic integrity. And then you may be charged by the university and your qualification may be withheld. The university reserves the right to investigate if there are strong similarities between your assignment and the assignment of other students. Please refrain from sharing your work, whether it is a draft or something. You can discuss with the students anything related to the assignment. You can unpack the questions in the assignment. You can talk about reading the articles. You can talk about that. But when it comes to writing, please write alone. In assignment 2, there are specific criteria that we have targeted. The first one is assessment criterion 1, explain the different factors that may affect learning. 2, explore barriers to learning and development in order to devise inclusive learning programs. 3, investigate alternative ways of providing support, especially in indigenous African support system. 4, gather information from relevant sources and through observation and practice. So all the questions in assignment 2 will be centered around these 4 assessment criteria and nothing else other than this. So I'm not going to ask you questions about what are the barriers to learning and development. But since this is a postgraduate diploma module, there will be questions that will require you to demonstrate various competencies as a postgraduate student. Now, the prescribed reading for assignment 2 is as follows. You will have to read Booth and Ansel 2002, Department of Basic Education, which is your CS 2024, the Department of Education 2001. This is Education White Paper 6, and Kinuthia 2022, Namuki and Joel 2020, Overguard and Furnish 2019. Of course, you will have to consult your study guide for some information. And lastly, you'll have to read the article by Walton 2018, Decolonizing Through Inclusive Education. So these are the articles that we have prescribed, or this is the material that we expect you to read when you are attempting assignment 2. But on top of this, you can also have additional reading. When you are writing your assignment 2, we expect your assignment to be presented in a specific manner. It should have a cover page, condensed page, declaration of honesty, and then all the responses with correct or appropriate numbers as it is in your tutorial letter for assignment 2. So I will upload this one as tutorial letter for assignment 2. So this is where you will get the questions. For now, the tutorial letter 101 that you have does not have the questions, but I will upload these questions before or towards the end of the month, that is April. You are also expected to provide a list of references for all the sources that you have used. Remember, this is your discussion assignment, so you have to write in an academic way and also refer to some sources in your text. All those sources that you have used in your text should appear in your reference list at the end of your assignment. So this is what we would like to see when you present your assignment. Let me talk about declaration of honesty. So it is a requirement that in your assignment, you include the declaration of honesty. And this declaration must be signed by you to indicate that you commit yourself to honesty and integrity in everything that you do in this assignment. Please don't forget or send your assignment and then later say, no, I forgot to send a declaration of honesty. I am providing you this table of contents so that you know exactly how to arrange your assignment 2. Unlike assignment 1, which was done online, assignment 2 is a written assignment that must be submitted in the module side, which means that you will write it somewhere in a Word document, convert that Word document to a PDF format, and then upload it in the module side. We will not accept assignments that are submitted to us as lecturers. Whether you submit to Dr. Ferreira or to me, that is not acceptable. All assignments must be uploaded in the module side, and just make sure that they are typed. We know that some of you may not have adequate resources, but at this level of study, it is a requirement that you submit a typed assignment in a PDF a document so that we'll be able to mark it. If you fail to submit this assignment on time, there are 2 options. One is that you can do assignment 5 later during the year as your supplementary exam, or you will go to or your marks will be calculated based on 3 assessments instead of 4. Remember, according to the assessment plan of the module, there are 4 assessments that you have to do, which include a compulsory assignment 1. I also want to highlight these support measures that we have in our module. Students, we have a WhatsApp group that we created in this module. I know there are telegrams, there are WhatsApp groups, there are a number of things, Facebook pages and things. But for this module, INC4804, we have a dedicated WhatsApp group for our students. If you want to join the WhatsApp group or our WhatsApp group, send a message to the WhatsApp number of Mrs. Pillay, Tammy Pillay. Her number is in the announcement. I posted it a while ago, and we have a number of students who are with us in that group. Any other group that do not have your lecturers is just high risk from what I've seen before, because there are so many misleading things that students say in that one. It is safe to join the group where the lecturers are, because if there is anything that is inappropriate, the lecturer can come in and assist you. But that does not mean that you cannot send us an email. So if you need a specific assistance, please send me an email and copy Dr. Ferreira, or you send an email to Dr. Ferreira and copy me, so that we can both receive that email and then provide you with a response. I have checked from the system and noticed that there are, we also do have students with disabilities. It's not compulsory to disclose the condition, but it is useful, especially to your lecturers, because it informs the lecturer about the nature of support that you may require. So apart from communicating with your lecturer and sharing maybe the difficulties that you are possibly experiencing as a student with a disability, then you can also write to our university disability unit, which is called our suite, I have provided the link on page 40 of tutorial letter 101. Check that link and approach them. If you cannot find them, you can write an email to us and we will connect you with them. They provide a wide range of activities that support students with disabilities, such as adapting the study material and other measures. Please make sure that you communicate with us. In conclusion, I would like to wish you all the best as you prepare for assignment 2. Please do not hesitate to read. Make it your habit to read, because asking other students to read for you is not going to assist you in your development, because our focus is not for you to get the qualification only, but we will, this is an empowerment opportunity. You have to empower yourself through skills of writing, through skills such as searching for information, searching for articles, navigating UNISA library, and getting the articles on your own. Remember that due to copyright measures, you are not allowed to share someone's article. So I cannot share any article with you, but it is allowed to share the link. But I am pleading with you that where it is possible, try by all means to get the articles on your own. If you experience difficulties after reading the guidelines that I provided in tutorial letter 101, please send me an email and explain that you experiencing difficulties in accessing e-reserves, and then we'll set up an appointment. I also want to stress that please submit your assignment at least few days before the due date to avoid congestion due to system overload. And never hesitate to contact us if you experience any challenge. I have noticed recently that some students still write or send emails to Dr. Enza Johnson. Please abstain from that. Dr. Enza Johnson is no longer part of the teaching of this module. She was referred to another module. So even when you write to us, never copy Dr. Johnson, because she will not be able to assist you. I posted an announcement about these changes when Dr. Ferreira joined us in this module. And lastly, please refrain from any activity that may compromise the credibility of your qualification. I understand most of you have paid the last money in order to study at UNISA or study this qualification. Now, if you are unable to protect the credibility of this qualification and allow people to hijack it and sell you scripts or questions or answers, that will compromise your future. Please work hard. We are always available to assist you whenever you experience problems. Thank you so much. All the best. Bye.